Welcome, fire signs. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you all are doing well. This is your monthly reading for the month of June. So, if you have sun, moon, or rising sign in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, then this is a reading for you. Or if you have any other fire signs placements going on. All right. So on Wednesday, 28th of May, so that's like in 2 days, okay, we have this lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius. So the Sagittarius lunar eclipse, full moon, powerful full moon, especially because of the total eclipse. And what I feel definitely for you guys is that it's just coming to a close. Things are coming to a close. Eclipses, especially lunar eclipse, it's like mostly about eclipsing the stuff out, the stuff that isn't working, the stuff that in the long term has no, benefit for your health, for your love, for your life, for everything. And so it's almost like starting with a new, fresh eye, starting with, a clean slate. Some of us, we're filling buckets full of emotions, and then the last little drop, makes the entire bucket flows over. And I feel like we're starting out, we're just emptying the whole bucket and it's starting fresh. That's what I feel. So if you feel a little moody, feel a little bit sad, or your depressing energies maybe pulling at you, just certain things, certain emotions that we can just feel, and sometimes we don't have a reason for it. It's also something I was talking about this morning on a daily oracle. So I forgot, but I want to give a shout out to all my patrons, my new patrons, and also we're doing the daily oracle over there on Patreon. It's just a lot of fun, and I'm tuning in 5 times a week, so every morning, Monday to Friday. If you want to follow me over there, or join me with the group people we're doing that with, then I would love to have you over there. Okay, so that's something on the side I want to talk about. So clean slate, fresh start. So if you're feeling those emotions right now, a little, like I said, moody, sad, grief, maybe regret, or just emotions. Okay, sometimes we cannot really put a label on it. We just feel it. We don't feel that great. We don't feel that energetic. We don't feel like going outside. All of that is natural. Okay, it's normal. And I also want to tell you that if you're not fighting against it too hard, and you just accept and go with that flow as best as you can, this let's say next 2 weeks, because also Mercury goes in retrograde in a couple days, just let it flow. Do you feel like it? Go for it. If you don't, then you don't. It's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to give you guys like that. Like, it's all okay. Better times are coming to really be out there, bright, and adventurous. And if you do feel like doing that, then it's all totally fine. Go with that. Follow it. Just be conscious a little bit, plan enough time when you are traveling. Just make sure you double check certain things, because a lot of delays can come up. But those delays are definitely here showing up for us to show us exactly maybe we should try something different. Maybe we should be open to looking at it in another way. So work with the delays, because they're little messages from the universe to you. Should we look at this? Are you sure you want to go there? And vice versa. Okay, let's just start with a spirit message. Vulnerability and study. Study was in as well in the air sign reading just now. Maybe you got some air sign placements. Vulnerability and study. So, how can we integrate study into vulnerability? Can we sort of see it in a new light? Can you observe your vulnerable side? Can you look at your emotions or your actions from the past, or the actions that you take in the present moment for the future or for the present moment? To just look at it from a total neutral perspective. You see, because a lot of times when it comes to, for example, matters of the heart and the sensitive subjects, we have one way of looking at it, one way of storing it, in order to just let it be there and not have too much, too much triggers coming from it. But I feel that we're getting closer to a point where we can look at things in a more neutral space. It's like, yes, this is what it is. and I feel a way about it. Why do I feel a way about it? Like, it is kind of fascinating. It is kind of interesting. Why, if that happens, I respond from this place. It's fascinating. I mean, of course, that the way I respond, it gives me feelings and emotions and all the things. But why? Maybe I can look at that in a different way. Maybe I can integrate that in a new way. It's fascinating. Like, get fascinated about vulnerability. When you share a side of you, see and observe what happens in the other person across the room from you. Like, see what happens to the person. Are they also opening up? Is the bond deepening? Do you feel finally have some answers on, what you want to do with that person in your life? Like, just take it in sort of a new position, because they're saying from time to time it's important to go back and to learn. Whether that's learning old things in a new way, of learning something totally new. This is an opportunity to expand your mind. That's Gemini energy, expanding the mind. What is else out there? What's going on in the world? Do I need to be a part of something, some group? Can someone use my help? It's like expanding your mind, getting knowledge, getting wisdom. But that something is hiding from within. How can we get more knowledge about us? About your emotions, about your feelings, about your vulnerability, and your level of sensitivity to things. My throat chakra. Maybe some of you don't want to talk about it. How can you try and look at it? It's like, okay, that's me. I'm just not an open book. And for example, my Aries says, you guys are not really an open book all the time. But how can you look at it like, okay, I'm not an open book. But why is that? I'm not saying I want to change it. I'm not saying I'm doing anything wrong. I'm just saying, like, why is it that I see so many people talk like that, and then I don't do it, and I feel good with that, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing it in some way, shape, or form. I feel best in that situation, like not talking about it. But why? The why. Observe it, and then not be like, oh well, because I just don't talk like that. Like, that's just me. It's like, that's like really offensive, right? That's not neutral. It's not a neutral position to be in. Like, it's like, interesting. I'm fascinated. Like, why don't I do that? And why do other people seem to get so much benefit from it? I'm intrigued. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into it. Maybe I'll try talking once. Let's see what it does for me. Maybe it's better to talk with a person I know. Or maybe I need to find someone I don't know, who knows nothing about me and could care less about what I feel. But still, that person will listen. Let me figure that out. Let me see if I can do it in a new way. Okay? I'm not going to ramble and continue, because it's not a negative condition. That's what they're saying. Feeling sad, feeling feelings. It's not a negative condition. It's actually, there's a lot of information in that. A lot of growth. And that's where your strength comes from. Your strength comes from your resilience. When things aren't looking up, when things aren't going as perfectly as you planned them to, or as you envisioned them. Things come, when your resilience is tested. How much do you keep faith in yourself? When you lose 6 times, do you get back up the 7th time? And maybe that's your strength, that's your power. You don't need to be seen powerful by all the prices you got going on, and you also have to dust off. It's a lot of work. Okay, so let's tune into the tarot. Let's see what else coming up. Let's see if there's some news or something. Maybe someone needs to say something to you. We have the 6 of Swords. Beautiful. So more peaceful communication. I feel a lot of times it's like ending with yourself. Communication with self. But I see overall 6 of Swords, things are calming down a little bit. So for some of you, like, people really been at you. Okay, and fire signs, like, people been coming at you, having all kinds of opinions and things to say. We're finding more of middle ground. More of a middle ground. Peaceful. Compassionate, understanding. Opening and listening and speaking. Expressing yourself. Okay, here we go. We have 10 of Pentacles, looking good. Strength cards, Seven of Swords and the Four of Swords. Some of you have very strong air sign placements, and listening to this because it's almost similar energy. What they are showing is that the weight you carry, the things you don't share. So it is, again, I feel connected to that vulnerability side. That could be someone doing something behind your back and you figure that out. And then some people are very open about that, you know, like some people say like, hey, my girlfriend cheated on me, you know, she just cheated on me, man, she really just did that, and I feel sad about it, I hate that, hate her. You know, it's like really just open, like that happened, yeah. And others are just like, no, you know, it's not really like that, it's just some things happened, and I'll talk about you when I see you, or when we call or something, but I'm okay, I'm fine, it's just not working out. You know, they cover it up in something. Are we doing that for that person? Are we doing it for ourselves? Don't we want, you know, some people love to just be the one that didn't do anything wrong, and it's like, that person cheated on me, that's why we broke up. So at least they are in a good sunlight. But some of them feel like that role, regarding cheating on, feel like they are less than. You know, there's a feeling. It's not a written rule. It's nobody said like, if you get cheated on and you say talk about it, and then you're this and then that person is that, and then so like, no, because it's not the same for everybody. So that weight that you have here, you're gonna find some peace in that, one way or the other. Right? So the thing that is, you know, maybe sometimes you do in the broad light, you know, taking it more to a private space in your life, in your energy, and you're dealing with it in a new way. It's like, I'm just going to meditate three days a week, and I'm just going to sit and think about it. Maybe I'm missing out something. You know, if some of you, it's like, it is about speaking out and standing in your strength, standing in your truth. Because 10 of Pentacles with strength, 7 of Swords, 4 of Swords really does indicate that you're finding a new way, and it's going to stick with you. It's like a whole new foundation. It's like, I'm going to build it on strength instead of just, yeah, like for some of you, really, it's like you're acting like you're okay, but you're not okay. So you need some rest. If you need some rest to retreat and recuperate and recharge and reground yourself, do that. Because I feel like you're putting on a smile when you really are not smiling on the inside. Like you really need a break. Okay, that's not for some. 3 of Wands. Then we have the shadow work. Yes. And the Chariot. Sorry, the Hermit. So, basically, yeah, some of you really are taking a deep dive within. Okay, old things might come up, but you're working on yourself. You're doing the inner work. The shadow work is just as much important as the light work. Beautiful card, by the way. The shadow work. Going within, looking at those places we normally stay away from, or we rather stay away from. What type of knowledge is in there? You see she's holding the light through the shadow. And the Hermit indicates exactly the same. It's like, I'm going on a retreat. I'm going on inwards. I'm doing some inner work. That inner work will pay off. Some of you really are literally physically going to a retreat and working with like-minded souls, like, you know, going through sort of similar stories, or working with similar blockages, like really are opening up. Some of you really are going to a Reiki person this month, which will unlock those blockages. It's not going to feel like heaven on earth the first week instantly. It's probably going to unlock certain things, but in the same moment, like, you really are winning. Okay? 6 of Pentacles. It's like someone coming knocking at your door saying, I have a big problem. And then you're like, okay, well, how can I help you with that? I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. But you have to do it. You know, you have to help me out with that, because otherwise you can't leave your house. Like, you have to, you know, you can't leave this door unless this problem. And the person who won't tell you what the problem is. So how the hell are you supposed to find a solution for it? You don't know what the problem is. I don't know why it's such a weird story right now, because I will just punch the person. I'm just kidding. Totally joking. Not promoting that in whatever way, okay? The thing is, sometimes we have the same. We have a problem that's blocking us. Well, we don't know what the problem is. So how are we supposed to heal or work on that if we don't know what's wrong? And that's something that, you do through shadow work, through the hermit energy, and with the Six of Pentacles, it's actually, and also definitely Four of Swords, like really are taking a journey. What's going on with me? What do I need? And in order that when you figure out what your needs and your needs are, and the problem is, or the blockage that you have, then it's so much easier to work with that and find healing and release that blockage. But a lot of times we miss and we skip the space where we do the figuring out. That's the hardest part often. You have the Fool card and the Six of Pentacles coming back in alignment with that energy, the equal give and take, and the Fool card. So Aries is showing up, but it's definitely this new beginning as well, indicating that. The Fool indicates a new start, new journey, not being afraid to step into a new space that I have no knowledge about. And you're like, hey, I'm a newbie over here. I have these other things in my life that I've done for like 15 years and I was like a pro at it, but here I am starting something new and I'm a newbie and I'm owning it. So that's something to work with, like a butterfly, the transformation. You can restart your life each and every day, each and every moment. You can rewrite your own story. Just want you to know that, to remember that. Here we go. Seven of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles. It's sort of a balance of when you are in that state, in that space of taking things in as they come, being conscious about the energy around you, being conscious about what's in your life already instead of always looking forward to what else is next out there. I think in that there's so much beauty and grace, and you start to understand that you actually won already. You already won so much, you already gained so much, but you forgot to look back and think, hey, I did that though. Forgot to celebrate the smaller wins. They're just as important. Two of Pentacles, juggling a little bit. For some of you, you are juggling two jobs and you're really ready to commit to one of them, and it's like, your own company or your own thing. It's like something that you really love to do, but it's just not time yet to make the jump. But they will. The timing will come. The Fool, yeah, so you're so ready to start a new journey, but I feel like you may need to hold on to what you got going on. Take a leap of faith on yourself in divine timing. Okay, I'm going to put 3 cards on. You can pick your own extra message. I forgot to do this with the air sign. So if you are here because you have a rising or a moon sign or a sun sign in fire sign, then you end up getting it anyway. Okay, picking up this deck. Let's see. I'm going to need 3 cards for my beautiful fire signs. First cards. Second. There we go. Dirt. Alright, take your time. We're not in a rush. If you want to pause the reading and stare a little longer at the cards, see which one you feel guided to choose, then you can do so. This is the first, second, and the third. And I'm gonna get started with the first card. Ooh, again, the 6 of Swords. Look at him. And it says rescue cat, mixed breed. I love that because we're getting actually a rescue cat from a different country. It's hopefully it will be here end of June, so I'm so excited about that. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. I think this definitely really connects to the reading. Let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. Figuring out what was blocking you, unlock yourself, free yourself. and embrace the happier times ahead, because they are coming in. Look how happy his face is. He's like, oh yes, I'm being rescued. I love his face, so cute. Okay, anyways, let's move on. Card number 2, Tree of Spring. The turtle. Sea turtle. Stop to take time to review and make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all your accomplishments. I really want you to do this right now, okay? If you're listening to this, this is the card you chose, pat yourself on the back just for a little bit. Like, I did well, I did good. Pat yourself, like, yes, I'm good. Okay, doing it? Do you feel that energy? Like, proud of myself. Just say it, like, I'm so proud of myself, you know? Still got a lot of things to do, but up until now, I'm doing pretty damn good with this life. You made it to 2020 and the first half of 2021. It means that you are winning, okay? You're winning at life. So, but you may also need patience for the next phase to play out, all right? It's also something that I saw in the end of the reading. Might take a little bit more space, but use this time wisely. If you pick this one, it's the Ace of Winter with the bamboo and the panda. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you refine your plans and reshape your goal into something even better. That is definitely June energy, okay? I'm telling you, when these delays happen, they're happening for you. They're just wanted to expand your energy elsewhere, because we kind of really want you to win. Let us redirect you to this road. And that's the thing. The challenges will help you refine your plan and reshape your goals into something even better. Trust in that. Trust in that. Trust in it. You know, even when you're like, I was supposed to be flying to New York right now for this business deal. And I couldn't, you didn't catch the plane. Like, it was maybe because of all kinds of reasons. And you're like, okay, I cannot physically go there. This, like, sitting in that energy for that night, you're like, you're like, I don't know, like, what is the reason for this? Like, why can I just needed to go there and I can't be there. Okay, there's like all these things out of your control. But maybe the next morning, someone calls and say, listen, we really need you here right now. Are you available? Yes. And that's like actually think you really, really want it. And then you're like in the hood, you're like in your hood around. You're not all the way on the plane to New York. If you're from New York, pick something else like LA or something. And then you would have actually go to the meeting knowing that if you would have just stayed home, you had this greatest opportunity that you actually really, really want. And now you need to still convince the other people in New York on the plane, like convince them that you really, really want what they are offering you and you're the right person for that job, but you actually kind of, your heart is at home. So yes, that night when you were like, I can't be on that plane tomorrow, giving you all kinds of feelings. But there's always this little seed of like, it probably is for a good reason. That doesn't mean I can't feel what I feel right now. But I know that something else will show up. It always does. It's just what it is. Brush it off. Watch a nice movie. Eat some popcorn or some chips. And call it a night. Okay? I love you so much. Thank you, fire signs, for tuning in. I know I'm really all over the place. Okay? I'm very hyped today. So excuse me. It was a little too much. But I'm then again talking to the fire sign. So, like I said, if you want to join me every day for the daily oracle over on Patreon, we tune in, we connect. Then I would love to see you there. And otherwise, I'll see you back soon. Mwah. By the way, double check if you are subscribed to my channel, because YouTube has been playing around a little bit. So you might be unsubscribed and you're not knowing it. Okay.